Dolly, I want to learn how to trade meme coins and always make profits. Well, we've been through this in a couple of videos. It's not always going to be easy wins and, always having fun. Sometimes you got to take the losses on the chin. And before I start, we're using the BULLX trading bot. My referral code is in the description. It gives you early access to the code. It's by far the best code and it has the lowest fees, sorry. So definitely use it. Check it out in the description. Also, we have a Telegram group, sorry. It's called Dolly's Degens and Dolly's Calls. There's over 612 people in Dolly's Degens now, and we're growing rapidly. The alpha in there is insane. We always get the top plays. The guys always call them out. I always give good calls, we mix it up. Obviously, I live stream and everything. And if you're also new, please be sure to drop a follow on X before I teach you anything else. I X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I am going to start tweeting more there, and I'm going to make a huge effort to make it bigger on there as well. Right, so Dali, what are the strategies you use? Well, there's a bunch of strategies I use, and I'm going to go through them. One thing I will say is, always be careful, always invest what you can lose, and just have fun, dudes. Have fun. So if I go to portfolio now, I'm going to show you first my top winners. So basically, we were doing the 1 to 100 Solana challenge. Unfortunately, I haven't actually lost. I took out 2 Solana just because I felt like taking 2 Solana, so I could probably do the challenge twice again if it really came down to it. We were on like 15 Sol yesterday. I opened a crazy position with like, you can see here 8 Solana on Crying Dog. It's kind of gone down. Yeah, it's at a low point. We can take 1.5 Sol out. I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna see maybe Crying Cat can blow up. It's this one over here. I can show you the exact coin that I'm talking about. Maybe it can blow up. I'm hoping. Otherwise, we're just gonna restart the challenge. Technically, we're still at like 5 Solana, but like, I'd rather just restart it because I'm gonna document it on X. I'm gonna document it on Telegram properly. Every single trade's gonna be shown on live stream or on YouTube. So one way or another, you guys will see every single part of my journey to 100 Solana, and I'm 100% faithful we can do it. I mean, we literally got to like 18 yesterday or whatever. So yeah. Um. So Dali, what was your biggest winner? Well, I can show you my biggest winner and my strategy behind it. So my biggest winner was this 14 Solana, right? It says 1.6k, but it was kind of because I bought and sold, so it was a sender one. Essentially, we had this wallet that we tracked in the Telegram, and one of the guys gave the call that it was 100% profitable. So we managed to not only, I'll zoom out, I'll reset the chart, sorry. Uh, so not only did we manage to just do absolutely insane on it and bought on like a dip there and sold for 900 and 1.5k at the top, we managed to track this wallet so well that we got in at 7k and it ran up to 400. Obviously, I didn't hold it in because I wasn't 100% positive with this wallet, which I do kind of regret, obviously. But listen, at the end of the day, it was huge gains, and I'm actually kind of happy that we got this trade. It was actually massive. So yeah, as you can see, obviously we're getting huge trades in the Telegram, on live stream, that sort of stuff. But Dali, what are the strategies behind it? So this one was tracking wallets. I have a previous video. You can look through my videos. I have a previous video where you can copy wallets, but our main strategy was kind of, going on Pump Vision, going on the About to Graduate section. But I'm not here to tell you about them strategies, guys. I usually talk about them a lot, and you'll see me in the future videos talk about them more and more. I'm here to talk about selling strategies because, one, I haven't been the best myself. I won't lie. I've actually taken a lot of risk which I shouldn't have taken, and I always say to people, let's not take them risks. And listen, at the end of the day, I know I shouldn't be, but I still am. And unfortunately, that's the hard truth, boys. That's the hard truth. Like, we're taking a huge 964 dollar loss on this one. And listen, it is what it is. It happens. Stuff happens. That's life. If you're gonna play risky, that's what's gonna happen. For sender, yeah, we didn't have the smartest play. For this one, as a matter of fact, I tracked another wallet. I believe it wasn't the same one, right? And I seen the wallet bought in straight away. So I bought at the market cap of 13k, right? And then boom, straight away we sniped 39k. Obviously it ran up to about 70 something. But listen, we felt safe taking the 3x there almost. So I took it, right? And that's the thing you're gonna want to know. Like, yeah, even when you're copying wallets, maybe they're not going to be 100% like in the best position. And if you're feeling kind of risky, you're going to take profits. Now, one main selling strategy that I would advise that is actually huge. It's just gonna go on the sender one. I'm not essentially shilling this because I don't even know who owns it. So let's say we got in at 5.5k right here, right? the best strategy in my opinion, there's two or three that I would use, but the main one, if you're doing like a 1 to 100 Solana challenge, I would say is we got in at 5k. Obviously, that's insane. If you got in at that point, you're actually insane. Like, there's no doubt about it. Say it got up to 10k or 11k. Essentially, you can go to sell here on BULLX and you go limit and 50%, right? So you go when you bought 10k, you can set a limit for, if you bought a 5k, so you can set a limit for 10k and go 50%. So essentially, you would be getting your initials back, meaning your initial investment you got back. And if you kind of believe in this project a lot, say, oh, I think this is going to get to 100k, it's a runner, or people in the Telegram are like shouting it up so much and I'm calling it and stuff, then you're like, okay, well, I actually don't have a risky investment anymore. Essentially, your say 0.5 sold that you invested at 5k, right? You sell at 10k, you still have 0.5 sold in. It's just essentially you bought at 10k for risk free. So every 10k it doubles. Like, so it goes to 20k, you'll have one soul. Goes to 30k, you'll have 1.5. You get me? So your 0.5 multiplies every 10k. Um, that is a good moonbag strategy. That's the main one I would advise if you're doing these sort of challenges. Obviously, this drops hugely, and I wouldn't ever advise people to buy this sort of a token. But yeah, essentially, that's kind of one strategy. That's called a moonbag strategy. So you see, so we sold 50% at 10k, and then we're gonna sell the rest of the 50% at 100k. Meaning you're gonna get a shit ton of money, dude. It's gonna be like a 5 or 6x. I'm not exactly sure. I believe it's a 5x if I'm not wrong, off of your like 0.5 trade or whatever. So, dude, you're gonna want to be or a 10x. Sorry, not what am I saying? It's not 5x. A 5k to 100k is definitely not. It's a 10x because it's half when you took your initials. Anyways, so that's one way. What's another way you could sell strategy to kind of make profits, and you don't want to be risky at all. You want to hold moonbags. Well, dude, I would say, right, you get in at 5k, right? And you're like, "Ooh, yeah, yeah, this is a decent project." Well, just hold for a 3x then. If you think you got a really good line, hold for a 3x and set your limit order right. So if you don't want to take huge losses, say you got in at 6k, you'll set yours at maybe 5.4k, right? So that's a 20% loss, I believe, if you're gonna go off that of buying off 6k. It's not exactly a 20%. You get the point though, right? You go 5k and it's still a certain amount. Like, I think that's a 20% or 18% loss, whatever. You get the idea. You want to calculate exactly how much loss you're going to take, and obviously you can just do it by doing this. So you literally go like minus 20%, and you can only lose 20% of your initial risk. And listen, if you do that 5 times, yeah, you're going to lose 20% each time, and like, it is what it is. But if you hit a 3x, dude, them 20% ain't looking like a lot. You only need one 3x to make up for all them 20% losses. You know? Well, it depends what part of the 20% you got in at, but essentially you get what I mean. Like, one 3x and you're definitely back in the game and you're in profit. So, yeah, that's another selling strategy. Now, Dali, what are the main strategies for finding winners? Well, in the Telegram, I have to say, like, these dudes are just insane. They do so well. Like, I do so well. We just bounce off each other, even on stream. One thing I will say is always pay attention to what people are saying in Telegram. If they have some alpha, like yesterday, we got the alpha that crying dog when we got in at 150k, which we are a huge profit, by the way. We got in at 270k, we got in at 200k, and we got in at 220, I believe. And dude, huge, ran up to 700k. I just didn't take profits, me being me, and I bought more on the dip as well. So like, I was being crazy about it. Realistically, you should never do that. I just was like, fuck it, I think that this is gonna pop off, which obviously was a huge mistake in hindsight, especially because Crying Cat, this one here, hasn't popped off nearly as much. But you see, it's kind of running a good line here, and if it kind of starts bouncing from this point up, it reaches like 20 million. I could see Crying Dog getting to that 1 million mark, and my investment ain't looking so stupid then. But it all does depend on how good this coin can also do. Like, this is the main meta, so this is just the follow up. It's the same dev, so that's why I actually bought so much, because I actually still do believe in it, believe it or not. I know it's a freaking horrible position to be in, dude. Like, look at that chart. That's insanely poor chart. To even get to that 700k mark would be insane again, dude, and I'd be pretty positive it's not going to get there. But listen, if it did and I'm holding the bag till zero if I have to, we have a good chance. And sometimes that's all it takes, you to believe in your conviction. Now, obviously, you'll see in my next video or the video after if it actually did pay off or not. Most of the time, my convictions do pay off. This time, I really don't have a good feeling about it. I feel like it's already pretty low enough to where I don't need to like kind of get my mind made up. Another site that I'm going to talk about that you can get alpha from and set your strategies is called Dex Paid, right? Check Dex. So essentially, you can run through these pump vision coins, right? And you go on the about to graduate section, you go kind of low, and you can start putting in these you start putting in these Dex paid, right? Or you put in the coin address, right? So I'm gonna click on Musk, I'm gonna copy it, and if you stick it in here, it essentially means a paid Dex. So I search it, it's not paid, right? And if a dex is paid, usually like a 7k mark is a safe investment, dude. Because like there's $200, someone will CTO it usually, or worst case scenario, you kind of lose some profit. But like if I see a dex paid and it's at like 7k or something usually, and it's just starting off, or maybe it's rogued and it's at like 5 or something, it still means it could be CTO'd. I'd buy around the 6 to 9k mark pretty swiftly unless it's on a huge dip. And listen, dude, you have like, I don't know, maybe hold to like 17k or something, and you have a pretty much like a 2 or 3x. And it's a safe bet. Like it does happen quite often. Like I'm not saying that it happens all the time, but most of the time you will find yourself getting easy wins if you do this tactic. And that's just one of the many we have on the Discord, or sorry, on the Telegram that we talk about. Obviously you're not always going to find winners, and even if you send in a little message and you say, hey Dali, I'm not really sure on this, like what do you think? Bro, I always reply. Hang on, I'll show you. Look at the amount of times I'm replying in here constantly, right? I'm always keeping up with the guys. We're always sharing alpha and stuff like that. And we're always here to help each other make gains. You don't make selfish gains, boys. That's why we have this channel started. Just so everyone can win and we all have a good time. Now, obviously, you still need to make up your own mind about the stuff you're buying and never trust me or anyone. It's never financial advice either. You know that. Right, so this is kind of done. We'll click on the full send wallet, right? This is one wallet that I tracked, so it's a different thing. This is another idea. By the way, this is actually kind of getting some nice buys. Got bought back pretty nicely to 60k, but obviously it still has a long way to go to 800k or whatever mark we were at. This is consolidating, so that's kind of positive. Like you see, there's kind of a few downtrends, but if this starts pushing, especially when the Americans wake up and stuff, like you'd be pretty positive that it's going to make a nice play. This at 40k, I would say you'd have to be insane not to buy a 40k, right? Obviously, there's some nice buys, whatever. Yeah, so Dali, right, we tracked this wallet. What's the story with it? Well, this was a 100% winner up until a certain point, right? So it was getting sent tokens like, for example, come on, dude, get to, all right, so to Jushi, all right, I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, there's some big sell-offs, doesn't matter. We're not going to even bother looking at that chart because I've seen it go up and down all day. So we've seen this one, right? It's at 24k, Dali. How could that be an insane winner? Well, dude, let me go to 4 hours. Let me press reset chart and look at this. Eh? 1.8 million. My dudes. And this guy bought 15 days ago, right? So he bought on the 28th. Look at that. He bought like 70k and it ran up to 2 million. And it ain't a coincidence either. It's like some sort of a wallet that it's just like a dev CTO type style. We've been tracking it for a long time. So we kind of do know what's going on there. And believe me when I say, what a lovely wallet to watch. What a lovely wallet to watch. Anyone in the Telegram could tell you this exact same story. That was a beautiful wallet to watch. Anyways, so when you've identified winners, oh Dali, what should I buy in? Should I buy in 100%? No. Dude, never risk more than 10 or 15% of your balance. I would say, unless you're like really bullish on a play, and still even then it's like way too risky kind of. I'd play it sort of safe. 10 or 15%, even 5%. It depends how big your balance is. Say you have 10 Solana, dude, 0.5 buys are still a lot. If you're 2x and 0.5, you're almost making like $75 or something. That's definitely worth it. And do not get greedy. That's the main thing. You just seen on my challenge here. How hella greedy did I get? Well, I got pretty greedy. Am I gonna regret it? Meh, probably not. Like I'm still okay with it. It's not a big deal to me. It's we started on one soul and we're still up. So at the end of the day, I can't really complain unless I lost the one soul, and then I'd be so disappointed in myself or whatever. Or if I told everyone to buy unlimited, but I didn't really. And these are the two goals I had for this coin. Um, yeah, but going forward, I will document everything. Telegram, X, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. Make sure to follow me on everywhere. Yeah. So, what else is there, Dali? Well, a lot of people ask me the fees, right? So I'm gonna show you. You can take a picture of this. You can screenshot it, whatever. Copy them. Don't do exactly this. Just do what you feel comfortable with. I'll never say exactly copy, but if you want to have a look at mine, just so you're wondering, I have zero sell priority fee, right? So essentially a priority fee is, say it gets the 1 million market cap. If someone presses sell and they have, I don't know, 0.1 priority fee, their priority fee will essentially get their transaction to go through before mine because they bribed the RPC, I think it's called, I believe, to take their transaction first, and it will take it first. Obviously, if it's getting a bribe for the TX, I'm paying like 0.0001 or 0.0015. There you go, these two fees here, right? That's not even 0.001. You're never going to get the transaction ahead of them. But usually that's not a big deal. It's not going to affect you that much, especially unless you're like sniping certain coins and stuff. And for sniping, I have certain other filters, but I don't really enjoy sniping that much, so we kind of stay away from that as much as possible. Uh, Sell slippage is 20%, right? So essentially, if you're buying like pump fund tokens in the dev rugs, it's gonna go down pretty quickly. So you want to be able to get out, but not too harshly, right? So 20% is exactly right. Or you could have like a little rug option here, right? And you literally just go like 50% sell slippage. So you click on it straight away and then sell, sell, sell. You X out of here, you go market, go 100% and bang. So you make sure you get your transaction through. And that is a smart thing to do. I should probably do that as well, but I usually don't even have any errors with kind of getting out at the wrong time and stuff, like not too many anyways, I will say. MEV protection cell. I have it disabled, right? Essentially that what that is you can't get farmed by bots. But I feel like most of the time my token just won't sell as quickly, like nearly as quickly if I have MEV protection on. It's kind of glitchy and buggy. It takes a little bit of time to register. That no bots are trying to farm you and stuff. Obviously, it's a safer play, but I'd rather just speed over that kind of protection because the coins I'm kind of buying, I don't need it for as much. Sell bribe, zero. Obviously, if you want to sell at 1 million and be ahead of people, you put that up. But you're not really gonna need that either. I don't see a lot of people needing it. For the buy priority fee, zero. Why is it zero? You don't need to be ahead of people unless you're like sniping tokens. And dude, you're not gonna be sniping so hard unless it's something absolutely serious. Then just make a little sniper filter and put 0.05 if you want. But I'm sure you know at that point, if you're trying to snipe something, what you should have it to, and like what the current market conditions are, how many people are gonna be trying to snipe the coin, etc. Buy slippage limit 10%. Now, this is the most important one. You do not want it any higher than 10 because I promise you, you will get absolutely wrecked by some pumps. So sometimes you'll see a pump fund coin on like 11k, right? And you're like, oh, that's a nice buy. You click buy and then boom, you have it set to like 50% or something. You bought a 16k. Bro, you do not want to get like an all-time high, even if it's like a pump fund token starting off, or like any sort of coin. Like even this one, say I was trying to buy it like this dip of 500k and it all of a sudden shot up like it did there to 640, and then bang, I get caught back on the 513 mark. Then I'm chasing gains already, and that's like the worst thing you could possibly be doing. um so yeah, 10% max in my opinion. Again, MEV for the same reason we're disabling it, we're not keeping it enabled. And bribe fee zero, same reason. You don't need to be sniping tokens really that much. Yeah, so pretty much you have the essentials, you have my sales strategy, which I will be taking more seriously in the near future. Obviously, I will try snipe some pump fun tokens as well, just to be cool with you guys as well. Um, Jesus, look at this chart. What an awful chart. Anyways, you got the idea. Guys, thank you so much for supporting me. If you're new around here, please be sure to drop a like, a comment, a subscription. Everything helps me out in this run. I'm almost so close to 1k subscribers. I think I'm at 850 right now in the time of recording. I want to thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you next time.